Hi and welcome to my channel. Bienvenidos a mi canal. This video is one of a 4-part series, Elemental Flows with Breathwork, and this first part is on VATA, the element of air. So thank you for joining me today. Let's get started in a comfortable seated position. Feel free to soften the spaces around the eyes, even closing them, as we start to connect to the element of air, VATA, the energy of movement. The air as it sits on top of our skin, and the air that moves through our lungs, and connecting to a Panavayu, downward moving energy, as we feel our tailbone and our sits bones rooted into the earth. And as energy travels upwards into Udana and Vijnana Vayu, we feel lifted through the chest and through the crown of the head. And as we start to breathe deeply, as air rises into the chest, into the heart space, connecting to Prana Vayu, and as we exhale and soften into the belly, Samana Vayu. So each time you inhale, you feel this Udana Vayu, Vijnana Vayu, this upward rising motion lifting through the crown of the head. Breath is in the chest. And as you exhale, this downward moving energy, Apana Vayu, allowing the breath to expand, to soften, to nourish and heal, Samana Vayu. And we'll start practice with 1 round of Brahmari Pranayam, or humming bee breath. I'll demonstrate once and then we can do one together. So with the thumbs closing off the ears, gently pressing down on those flaps as you allow the other fingers to gently rest on top of your face. Bringing awareness to the crown of the head and the space directly above it. As we exhale, we fully focus on the sound of the vibration. So taking a deep inhale, and as we exhale, let's do one together. Inhaling through the nose, exhale, fully exhaling before placing the hands back on top of the knees. In seated pose, taking a moment to reflect on Brahmari Pranayam. Feeling the vibration move through you. Vibration which creates air. Connecting to the air moving through us. The air we breathe. The creativity we birth. Air, a metaphor for spirit, omnipresent and pure conscious being. Meditating on Vata, air element, energy of movement, the precursor to fire. Breathe. Begin to rub your hands together. Feel the friction arise between both hands. And place the hands over the eyes once you feel the warmth between your palms. Closing them off from the light for just a moment. Feeling the heat you've created. As the palms press against the eyelids. Drop the hands, and let's come to standing at the top of the mat. Feeling light in the body and in the breath. Feeling into the opposing forces of Apana Vayu, feet rooted into the mat, and Udana Vayu, lifted through the chest. Prana Vayu in our breath, in every fiber and cell of our being. The Anavayu as it expands our mind to the infinite, opening ourselves to the cosmic mind. Start to inhale the hands up towards the sky as you scoop up all the air molecules. Palms come to touch at the top and draw them to Anjali Mudra, heart center. Breath nourishing the center of digestion, nourishing the heart space. Inhaling arms, sweeping them up towards the sky once more, taking your time as if you had nowhere to be. Palms come to touch as you draw them down through Anjali Mudra. And once again, flowing with breath, arms sweep up, reaching for the sky, lifted, Udana Vayu. Draw the cosmos down into your heart. Bring the hands down by the side for Tadasana, palms face forward, feet firmly planted into the mat. Sweep the arms up towards the sky and swan dive, Prasarita Padottanasana, moving mindfully from standing to forward fold, using slow and mindful movement as a way to balance the air element within and around us. Gentle bend in the legs to make the pose more accessible. Inhale to a flat back, halfway lift. Plant the palms, step back into high plank. Drop the knees to the mat and sink the hips towards the heels for Balasana, child's pose. Taking a few deep and mindful breaths. Feeling the flow and movement of air within your own heart. Allowing your mind to settle and starting to feel the space between each thought. Taking one last final breath here in child's pose, lifting up into tabletop position, lifting the right hand off the mat, reaching the fingertips towards the sky and starting to circle the arm around. This is a slow movement. Notice if there's any popping or cracking in your shoulder, and if so, can you take it a bit slower, balancing out that air element. Next time your arm comes up to the sky, thread the needle, bringing the right arm underneath the left. Feel the back of your shoulder pressing against the floor and keep your attention focused on your breath. Let's start to lift it back up. Firmly plant both hands into the mat and switch sides, circling the left arm around. Attention is focused on that shoulder. Are there any pops? Are you moving with attention? Can you feel your arm as it moves through space? Circle that arm around one more time. Reach the hand to the sky and thread the needle. Left arm underneath right, drop down onto that shoulder. Full presence here. Body to breath connection. Feel the flow of prana within you, nourishing every fiber and cell of your being. Let's find tabletop position. Take a few rounds of cat and cow, moving at the pace of your own breath. On your inhale, finding cow pose, and on your exhale, finding cat. Connecting to prana vayu in the heart with each cow pose, and samana vayu in the belly with each cat. Breath of vitality, breath of life. Find a neutral tabletop position and extend that left leg behind you, tucking the toes. Lift the right leg to the sky for downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. We'll circle the leg around a few times, tapping the ground each time and switching directions. Similar to with the shoulder rotations, is there any popping in your hip? And if so, can you slow down the motion, providing the antidote to too much Vata energy? Really be present with what's going on in the legs. And next time the leg lifts back up to the sky, take a bend in your knee, heel to glute, and step the leg forward for deep lizard lunge, untucking the back toes and sinking the hips down to the ground, maintaining connection to the breath, slow and steady. The heart space, seat of pranavayu, is open to the front of the mat. And the option to come down to the forearms is always there, as long as you maintain the integrity of the pose. And let's ground that air energy with earth, grounding air energy with stillness, trying not to fidget, yet still noticing the desire to fidget. It's time to start coming back onto the hands and lifting that back knee up, coming through wide-legged forward fold and dropping into Skandasana on the left side, side lunge, hands to Anjali Mudra. So our right leg is extended and we're bent through the left leg. Turning towards the back of the mat, left leg lifts high, reaching for the sky. Circle that leg around. Let's repeat sides, but let the mind rest. Notice its tendency to be on the next pose before we've even finished the one we're in. Feel every aspect of this motion, every aspect of the rotation, like they were all equally as important. Next time the leg lifts high, take a bend in the knee, heel to glutes. Step the left leg forward for deep lizard lunge. Heart is open, pranavayu. Back knee drops and tuck the toes. And again, heart open, pranavayu, relating to the inhaling, eating, drinking, swallowing. The five senses and what we feed them. Feel the fresh taste of air filling your lungs with each breath. Its nourishment felt in every fiber and cell of your being. Belly is soft, samanavayu, equalizing and balancing all that we ingest, our ability to digest, assimilate, and process. The option to come down onto the forearms is always there. Honoring that sides may be different, and that's okay. Taking another couple of full-bodied breaths. And we will meet on Skandasana on the right side. Take your time to get there, there's no rush. So our right leg is bent, left leg is extended, sinking all the way down to the ground, or choosing to stay a bit more lifted through the legs to make the pose more accessible. Turning towards the top of the mat, Prasarita Padottanasana, forward fold. Grab the ankles and shift weight forward so that it's evenly distributed in your heels and your toes. Find balance and roll up to standing. Like every part of the movement matters, be with it. Sweep the arms up towards the sky, Anjali Mudra, heart center. And feeling the earth underneath your feet. Come to a seat and we'll finish with Nadi Shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. Finding Vishnu Mudra with the right hand, closing the index and the middle finger, bringing the right thumb to the right nostril. We'll take 3 rounds. Inhaling through the left side nostril, close it off and exhale right side. Inhale right side, close the right nostril off and exhale left side. Exhale all the way to completion before beginning your next inhale. That's 1 round. Close off the left side, exhale right side nostril. Deep inhale, right side nostril. Close the right side off and exhale left side all the way to completion. Feel your whole chest deflate before inhaling once more. Last round. Close the left side off, exhale right side. Start to inhale right side. Feel the air travel from the base of your belly all the way to the crown of your head. And close off the right side. Exhale left side nostril to completion. Before dropping your hand back down to your knee and taking a moment to reflect on Nadi Shodhana, where we balance the nadis, or the subtle channels of the body, allowing prana to flow freely and unobstructed through us, allowing our creativity and intuition to also flow freely, both connected to the air element. And ending the same way we started, begin to rub your palms together. When you feel the heat in your hands, place them over your eyes, giving your eyes a break, feeling the vibration coming through your hands, feeling the power of the air element within you, around you, and the vital role it plays in the harmony of our internal and external environment, and within nature herself.